honestly.
Stop being little girls.
I'm so frightened.
Oh yeah, I will be.
I'm afraid.
So welcome to yet another episode of DocWob TV in our lovely workshops at DocWob World Headquarters. This is the Jacky Vimond Innovation Sports 1989 CR500, originally designated for Brian Mizikov, I believe, to race. Then the bike got shipped to Europe and Jacky Vimond raced it in some Grand Prix. Really, before its time, had like carbon fibre tanks made so the centre of gravity was lower. The full seat, it was a really, I mean, I don't think you've ever seen anything since this. We've never seen anything as trick as this. But it came to us in a bag of bits. The motor had been stripped apart in '89. There was no wheels, there was no forks, there was loads of bits missing. So basically what we're doing is bringing you up to speed of where we've got to it today, and then now the hard work's going to start. So, as a rule, it's a pretty standard-ish CR500 underneath all that bodywork. I say we built the wheels up from spares we had. So they got new rims, new spokes, new tyres, all that stuff. Cerakoted the hubs. So we built the wheels out of bits. Front wheel, same. Forks, we managed to buy in because Jacky used WP forks and shock. So we're still trying to locate a shock for this, if you know one. FMF pipe, FMF cylinder, tune job. Ran a standard silencer. On sometimes they did run a carbon silencer, which we've got, which is, I think, beyond repair. So that's not looking very good. These side panels were from a French race, I believe. The seat is really cool. It kind of goes from front to back. I'm gonna have to make a seat foam. I don't even know how I'm gonna get a seat cover to fit. And I don't even know how I'm gonna get staples through that carbon seat base. I think I might have to go to my friends up at Evo MX to help me with that one. That's going to be a big job. So there's that one to do. We've got different options in side panels. These are ugly 90s, quite cool looking. We got a white set, which are also quite cool. Still dirty from when they were last used. So that's really cool. But the trickiest part is the fuel tanker, which I'll show you now. Engineers over here. Where's my coffee anyway? No. So at the moment we've only got these side panels literally held on with a couple of cable ties just to see where we're at really. So I'll show you the cool part that we are going to hopefully not struggle with, but it's going to be definitely the hard part. So these panels are one complete side. They are different to the ones we used to run with the Belgicom HRC team with Joe Bay, because that run a standard tank. So you think we've got two tanks here. This is the carbon tanks that were made to bring the central gravity down. You think, cool. Unfortunately, we've got two the same side. So yeah, that's not the best news. So let me show you roughly where they need to go. So that sits, fucking hell. I've got the right side. There's not a lot of room. That's going to sit about in there. The same the other side, but we haven't got the other side, so we have to make it. But once we figure out how it bolts through, so that goes through the front engine mount, this goes through the subframe mount bolt. This is a balance pipe. I'm guessing the other side's got the fill because there's no fill on this side. So it's a bit tight, but we have to figure it out. It's not going to be fun. So as you can see, the tank is going to sit about in there. So you can imagine fuel supply is going to be a problem, which is why this bike had one of these cool Mikuni fuel pumps. But that is driven by a vacuum pump, which is on the side of the cylinder. So the side of the cylinder is drilled with a machine boss. That plugs into that. The pulse from the intake operates the diaphragm inside here, and that pumps the fuel. So we've got to figure all that out as well. So it's not going to be 2 minutes. So the other side, we're going to have to make the tank from scratch, from wood, glue bits of wood together, grind it down. It's going to be messy. Once we've made the wood mould, where it's all got to be, where it's filling all the space, it's not as big because obviously you've got the pipe this side. So this is the bigger side. Once we've got the mould, you can then, once you've got the wood, you can make a mould with that wood from fiberglass, I'm guessing. Then you take that off, then you can lay the carbon fiber into that mould, join them together. And so it's a new thing for us. Luckily, we've got a few really good carbon fiber people who are prepared to help us, because I haven't got a clue, sorry, edit that out. I haven't got a clue how to do it, but it's trick. And so it should be worth it in the end. The bike it's one of one, it's the only one out there. So it's worth making the effort because it is what it is. This is what we do. I don't know if there's anybody else who can do what we do. Awesome.
Yeah.
The seat fits just a little bit nicer. So, like I say, a couple of real big challenges on this one. You can just have to try and guess how it goes together, because luckily I do know Davey Castillo, whose dad built this bike. I can speak to Davey, find out who worked on it, if they've got any ideas, if they've got any more pictures. If anybody's got pictures of this thing with the tank off, trust me, I need to see them. So we've got to figure out where the pipes are going to go. At the moment, it's all standard CR500. From what I can see, it is uber trick, but it was also done as a one-off. And if anybody knows what one-off stuff looks like, it's never that pretty. You know, if you see a Formula One car with the bodywork off it, it's a weird looking thing. So the seat's going to be an absolute mission. You can see the seat we have the bracket here that bolts on, that goes down to the subframe mount. A couple more mounts that go down through the rear fender, which we're going to have to heat up and get it so it sits nice. The foam, we're going to have to just start cutting foams up to try and get a foam to fit. We can glue the foam on, but I guess we're going to have to glue the cover on as well. Or we can glue some Velcro onto this and then sew the Velcro onto the seat cover and stick it on that way. I guess that's another thing. We're going to have to cross that bridge when we come to it. But we've got as far as we can without scratching our heads now. So we've got some VMXDN builds to crack on with first, so hopefully they won't take too long and we can get back on this thing in the summer. So we've got the VMXDN builds flat out now. The frames, all the bikes have been stripped. We're building 5 new ones. So the frames are stripped. They've had the skid plates welded on. They've had any repairs. We've done the foot peg mounts and all that stuff. They're all off to be done black. So they are away. One we're going to hold back because we might be done blue yet. We've got a special guest, so maybe we'll see whether he's going to come, whether he needs a blue bike or a black one. So these are the motors. There's 2. We do motors 2 at a time. You take 5 motors apart and it turns into a bit of a shitstorm. So we do 2 motors at a time just to keep on top of it. So now we need to get the rod kits off to be done, the cylinders to be plated, an order into Yamaha for the gears we need, and they'll get built with new clutch baskets, new gears, wherever they need anything new, they'll get done. All new bearings, new piston, new rod. So they'll be as much like a new bike as possible. We need to take them apart to this stage, A, to get to that stuff, and B, to see there's no nasty crankcase repairs we didn't see. So there's this motor, and there's that one there. We've already got the parts ready for that one, so that can be sent off next week, and then I'll show you all the parts that we've been cleaning up and blasting. Tone's busy in the other workshop taking suspension apart. So the fork tubes can all go away to be coated, the shock bodies can go away to be coated, the parts of the shocks can go away to be anodized, and then we've got the rest of the bits over there. We've got the rims ready to go, the triple clamps are all going to be stripped, so they'll all be silver. We're balls deep in this at the moment. This is the bottom now. Once this level's done, the next step is we start to rebuild. These bits, I hate this part. It's really hard work. So we've got the rims already anodized, ready to go. Clutch inner case, strip, not a single bearing in it, not a single thing. Blasted. Inner cover, outer covers, power valve covers, water pumps, rear brake carriers, front brake carriers, ignition covers, chain guides, some stuff off to anodize in, some stuff off to be Cerakote, some stuff off to be, well, anodized and Cerakote basically. And then while we're there, the hubs have all been blasted and de-seamed. Triple clamps will all be dipped, so they're all the same colour. We'll polish them back up to be like a nice silver colour. The only difference is Tommy's bike's going to have RG3 clamps in it, because we've got one set of those. So the other 4 bikes will have those Ride Engineering applied clamps in. So it's, like I say, we're at the very... Once this comes back, we start building. And then when you start building, it looks like you've actually done something. But at the moment, all we're doing is taking stuff apart and throwing stuff in the bin, which is quite depressing. But when the assembly process comes together and you're building motors, dropping them in frames, once the frames are back here and they're shiny and this stuff's all the right colour, I can lace the wheels, spend a day doing the wheels, all of a sudden you've got physical something in your hand. So it's a bit of a drag. I say every year I won't do it, but because we're doing multiples of the same bike, it's actually a lot easier than trying to build a Honda and a Kawasaki and a Suzuki. They're all Yams. Yam's a sponsor. Yam are helping us out with everything, so it's best that we do that. The good thing about Yamaha this year as well is when we build the bikes with a 70th anniversary livery, which is an embargo on until July 1st, we'll get the graphics made to look like the road race bikes, the MotoGP bikes. Then Yamaha are going to put our builds on Yamaha.com, which is massive, to have a manufacturer actually showing off a restoration job of a restorer's work. So that's putting their faith into us, which is quite big. So we're quite pleased with that. And then with the event, you know, we've got guys coming who are Red Bull guys, we've got guys coming who are Monster guys. With the social media that we've got and with the social media from the range and Wilco and whatever, it's massive now. It's a big deal. So don't forget, like and subscribe, it really does help. Anything in the comments is good, unless you're being mean, then we'll just delete it. But if there's something you want to see, there's something you would like us, ask us questions, or if there's particularly a how-to you want to see us do, if we've got time, we'll do it, no problem. We're not struggling for content, but we like to look after people and see what they want to do. Next time you see this, hopefully we'll have another tank for you to show you. Them Yams are going to come together quick. Once we get the bits back, we're not going to mess about. But they're going to be in the other workshop, so we've got 5 bays, 5 bikes, so that'll be quite cool to see them all coming together. But there's a lot of parts we've got to order, a lot of parts we've got to make yet. So they're all coming together. So like and subscribe to the channel, that would really help. As far as VMXE and Foxhill goes, we highly recommend booking at least camping. Get yourself in, because it sells out every year and you don't want to be disappointed. It's a big weekend. We've got some really heavy hitters. We've got some really big names. We've got a lot of cool stuff being organised. And luckily now we're in our 4th year. You know, we don't have to sell it to the riders. They want to come. So it's cool. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you again.